In the midst of October, infant loss awareness goes under the radar. According to the CDC, in 2022, 20,500 infants passed away in the United States alone. 20,500 families and communities all dealing with the same pain. Now, we are here to listen and tell their story.
I am Elaine Humes, and I am a math teacher at Tangy High School.
I'm Mrs. Senta. I'm an English teacher in the building.
I lost my grandson, my youngest son's third child. His name was Julian Lee Humes. Julian was born April 15th, 2023. Normal, healthy baby when he was born, we thought. And within hours, he started having some of his major organs fail. It's important because it is, in my life experience, losing friends that I've known for years, losing my parents, losing my sister-in-law who died young, all devastating, but I had memories to build on to help me sustain that loss. With an infant, I got to hold him the day that he died. That's all the memory I have other than him being sick. He didn't get a chance to live. It's such a deeper loss than anything I've ever experienced in my life.
I lost my son, Brandon, in 2012. I was 8 months pregnant when I lost him. Everything was great. And one evening I was, just hanging out, and I thought, gosh, I haven't really felt him move a lot. And the next morning I woke up and still hadn't really felt anything. So I just called the doctor, and they said, you should come in. And not knowing that what happened to me was something that happened to people, I just casually drove myself to the hospital and told my husband, no, you don't need to meet me there. I said, we might be having a baby today. And as it turned out, we were having a baby that day, but unfortunately he had passed away and there was no heartbeat. I had never heard the term stillborn before, which just means, you're born still, there's no life there. It was the hardest day of my life, for sure. Because again, I didn't even know that this was something that happened to people. I was just so excited to meet my second son, and that was not the way I thought it was gonna happen. It is part of our life, and the more that we bring awareness to the issue helps create a more compassionate, empathetic world. That, once I told my story, I got connected to this whole different community of people who have gone through it that, can support us.
But what can you do?
To listen.
Listening.
To not be vacant, to let them know you're thinking about them. Don't ask them questions. Don't make them repeat and live through thousands of times a day with everybody, trying to keep everybody updated. Just let them come to you, but let them know you're there every day, that there's somebody they can talk to, there's support for them.
There's no way to make it better. So just listening to that person and remembering their baby, honoring the baby just by being there and being supportive.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Humes and Mrs. Senta, for sharing your story. Together, we can learn, listen, and share more stories on Infant Loss Awareness Month. Now, let's head back to the studio.